Hey YouTube, going through comments, and someone mentioned that I've hit legend with this same team for the last like 2 or 3 seasons now, and it's Lanturn, Guzzlord, Gudra. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And my first matchup was a Whimsicott, which was all three, and luckily it was a legend that they ended up actually throwing the game, so that was nice. And then so the team, here's the positive and the negatives with this team. Positives: I did gain about 100 ELO in 6 sets, 5 positives, 1 negative. So all in all, positive. Negatives: core breakers all over the place here. Whimsicott, Abomasnow. I ran into one that was a loss. I ran into a Steelix, which was just a spark and then just like destroys Guzzlord and Guja. So someone also mentioned like I run it with Skarmory instead, because like if you wanna like you're double weak to Ice and Charm in the back, like Skarmory also fits that bill, but Skarmory still has the problems against like the steals, so then you have absolutely nothing for like just a pure steal here. You can only throw Crunch and Aquatail. So yes, the team again was positive for me, but it does have its flaws. Gudra is your safe swap for the most part. You'll see a lot of times that I just like try and stay in and chip a bunch first before I eventually get into Gudra. Here, I think I probably just throw a Thunderbolt and then maybe try and catch a move or just instantly go to Gudra. Yeah, so one Spark, I tried to catch on the one Spark, but did not get it. Mandibuzz, not the worst, not the best. Dark Pulses are Guja's pretty tanky. Through the Dark Pulse, oh, Wide Eye Shield. So Wide Eye Shield there is because that their Lanturn has not dumped any of their energy yet. So getting a Guzzlord on their Lanturn is a great scenario, because then I just resist all their moves, and that's basically just lost energy. So that is why I shielded the first Dark Pulse up. You're also less likely to bait on your first Dark Pulse there, as opposed to like baiting Aerial Aces later. So flip switch, out comes the Lanturn. It'll throw Surf. I'm in the yellow, so probably no, not quite. But now Guzzlord will just take the rest of this energy, so don't need to worry about anything here. So this is all resisted. And what's in the back? A Charge Bug. Charge Bug is also like a... Nah, that's not Core Breaker. But Charge Bug can be a problem because, right, Spark is resisted. You can only throw Surf. Volt Switch is resisted on the Dragon, so it is not terrible. But X's are super effective against Guzzlord, so that can be a little tricky. You're going to see, like, I played... Although I went positive 5 sets in a row with the team, I played very well with this team. And you're going to see in some of these battles, just like I caught multiple times in one match, catching all over the place in a lot of these other matches. So that's good. I think I probably would have done even better if my IVs were better. 10, 5, 14 on the Guzzlord and 3, 5, 12 on the Gudra. Not amazing. But again, I just kind of used what I had. And I'm able to get that Dragon Tail through. A 3 versus 4 is kind of awkward from the 4 perspective. So I get that second Dragon Tail through and just farm down on the Lanturn. Lanturn into Reggie. Again, this is where it's just like kind of tricky already, right? Because I need to try and chip with Lanturn. Guzzlord and Gudra will have resisted Dragon moves. I'm going to shield up because this would do a lot of damage. I'll probably try and catch some damage on a Gudra as just to like try and sacrifice it. Yeah, and I catch it on Gudra. If it's a focus blast, it's still neutral. It's still going to chip me to the yellow, and it is. And out comes an Altaria, right? So again, Altaria in itself, tricky, right? Dragon, and then an Electric here. So that's just only neutral because the Dragon. So they shield up. So this is going to be tough. At best, they have Moonblast, right? Or Dragon Pulse. I had a couple that, yeah, I was supposed to say, I remember a couple ran Dragon Pulse here. If I can get to this Thunderbolt, maybe that should be okay. Because I can probably just Dragon Tail and claw down the... I'll probably save this instant swap, yeah. And what is in the back? Oh, and what's in the back is just freaking fantastic for me. And I am not throwing. I'm just coming out with energy so that when the Registeel eventually comes back and I'm loaded with energy, don't need to... Well, look, again, that Shadow Ball did a ton of damage. And I think it's just the IVs on the Guzzlord. And Guzzlord is very stamina high, but not defense high. And remember, I went over this in my video. This Guzzlord was like maybe the reason... No, Jellicent was. Very similar, but like... Guzzlord also has that extremely, extremely high stamina, but terrible defense, which is exactly what you just saw there. And this is why it's also tough to run this line. Dragons, if they say swap a dragon, you're behind on energy and you're gonna lose this. You're gonna lose this switch, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of tricky matchups here. Yeah, so Guzzlord has a lot of HP, but not good D. So it takes a lot of damage from moves, from charge moves. So they get off a crunch. Just coming in to spark down here, because and it is a bomb snow, so right? Core broken. So it's tough because you need some because the ideal, unless you go with the poison. No, because then steals are the problem. It's really tough to find a... Honestly, I don't think... It's tough to find a third. You're just going to get core broken all over the place, in my opinion. Right? You have Lanturn, which I just talked about, Whimsicott, Abomasnow, all core broken. Someone said Skarmory. Again, steals are going to be a huge issue because all your moves are resisted. All your fast moves are resisted. All your charge moves on Skarmory are resisted. And then some of the charge moves on your dragons are resisted. So that's very, very limiting. Let me see if PV Poke has a recommendation for a third here to put in. If you're going to have a Goodra with a Guzzlord. And the recommendations for pairing these are... Registeel. Lanturn's number 3. Lanturn is number 3. Registeel and Swampert are 1 and 2. Registeel. Registeel is an interesting one. It does make you double weak to fighting because Guzzlord is also weak to fighting. But resist the ice. Resists the charm. Registeel's that, and Galarian Stunfisk is right, but yeah, not and Stunfisk. So it's the steals that can actually do something against the other steals. Galarian Stunfisk, Registeel, Empoleon. Again, Empoleon gives you the double weakness to fighting. But yeah, so those are some of the options. Again, Lanturn is the 3rd option. Skarmory, not... Oh, Skarmory is the 19th option. So yeah, so those are some options. If you're looking for something else, this is one of my... I think this is my double catch team. So catch a Psycho Boost on the Guzzlord there. I think after I already caught one earlier. And now Mandibuzz, I've got to believe I have the energy. I have energy advantage for sure. I believe I got a good scenario here. They can only throw Aerial Ace. I can do Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw. Although again, I don't have good D, so these Aerial Aces are really adding up. So yeah, so I tried this team, got up to 2860, lost the one set, so I started a new team and lost a bunch, and now I'm back at 2800 again as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I only got 4 days left. 5 days left because the first is on Saturday. So I think I technically have 5 days to do this. 5 days for 200 ELO, which any other season I'd be like, yeah, that's no problem. This, I don't know about this season, man. If you've watched this channel for a while, you know every season I hit Legend is because I find the team and I just go on. It doesn't always have to be in Great League. It can be in some other cup. But I find it, and I find a team where I can just go hard and I get like a crazy 250 ELO run in like 2 days sort of thing. I haven't found that. I have not found that this season. I'm really struggling with finding this team. So I have one more team I'm trying. I ended up 3-2 today with the team, and it is just a very basic core safe swap. I'm actually leading the safe swap, and having that core in the back, because my thought process is, you know, when you run a balanced core with a safe swap, it's just like, okay, if you lose the lead, go safe swap and fight for switch, and then hopefully you can flip it. I've mentioned this before. I do this a few times, and that is get the safe swap on the lead, because it's like in this name, it's generally safer. And then if it's a good safe swap, you can potentially fight for switch in various shield scenarios. And then if you have a very balanced core in the back, you can just align how you need to. So that was the thought process. So yeah, Lickitung was my safe swap, and my 2 losses, of course. I did have a Gligar lead against one of them, but like again, Lickitung, not getting Trevenants, not getting stuff. I had Lickitung on the lead. Gligar was neutral. I had 2 Annihilate leads. So counter users, but you do super effective with the lick, so it's kind of like evenish. They can't throw Shadow Ball. It's a loss for you, but it's evenish. And then a Wigglytuff, so a Charmer that's half normal, resist the lick, and then a freaking Vigoroth. And it's like, come on. A Vigoroth? Really? A Vigoroth on the lead? I've seen like one Vigoroth, and it was on the lead against my Lickitung. I was just like, come on. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow if I can push a bit. And then a few days left in the season. I saw that there was 2 like not trailers today. Yeah, 2 trailers in the last couple days. One for Gumi Community Day, which again, if you've been around for the last 4 years, you know that this is how they do it. They released the Dragon Shiny at GoFest, and then that is the Dragon Future. So they did it with I forget whether they did it with Garchomp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did a Gibble to go to Garmshop. Then they went Dino to go to Hydreigon, I think it is, whatever the evolution is. And then they did it with what's the other dragon that they just did it with? I forget the other dragon, but they did that dragon last season, and now they're doing this dragon, Gumi, this season. People are speculating what the move is. They think it's probably going to be Thunder Punch. Not Guzzlord, not Goodra, not Altaria. Although Altaria's already had a community day. Maybe I'll just go to like Master League to see dragons. Garchomp, Hydreigon, Haxorus with Breaking Swipe. That was the 3rd dragon. So now it's it's a Goodra for this one. And they also teased part of the season. Again, I will cover this season when they actually like drop what the season's about. How much longer are we at here? 5 minutes of battles. So yeah, again, I don't hate this team. I think I would probably try Registeel. I actually really like Registeel on the lead. I think it provides you, like, again, everything that I said core broke me. Abomasnow, Whimsicott, and Steelix would have been easily handled by that. Plus all the other steals that Dragon Tail and Dragon Breath are resisted. You can hit neutral. You can hit super effective with Focus Blast. So, yeah, if I were to try this team again, I probably would. Maybe I will try this team again with Registeel, now that I think about it. It's interesting. Huh. Anyways, I'll try with my Lickitung safe team first. And if I'm not getting any traction with that, maybe I'll just go back to that Registeel Dragon team. And going to go down here to a Razor Leafer. We got a couple more battles here. I'm tired. Whiscash, terrible lead. Goodra, safe swap. Again, Skarmory. So steals are bad, but again, this Dragon Breath does that up. Aqua Tail's neutral, but it's still just a losing matchup. No two ways about it. So the thing is, I was about to say, I gotta hope that they overfarm too much here, and that's exactly what happens here to give me my win condition. Because they got a shield. Because if they don't shield, I could shield and take switch. So they're gonna try and take me out. Realize I'm almost gonna get to move, so they have to throw. That's fine. They'll take me out. They'll still have a Brave Bird coming out for Lanturn, but 2 Shield Guzzlord, you are on the menu for. I should keep this battle. Someone wants me to do a video on like when to shield, and this is a prime example of like when you, again, I don't know if I play it, and maybe I just played it wrong anyway, so maybe I wouldn't do that. I think you just got, I thought I could outpace it. That's what actually happened. I thought I could outpace to the Surf, and then I would have gone 2 Shield Guzzlord, but I could not, so I can only 1 Shield Guzzlord. It is a Tentacruel. I'm going to go straight Crunch, hope for the attack or defense fall that I can just Dragon Tail down quicker. And I do get it. Scald resisted, Acid Spray resisted. I mean, Acid Spray is not resisted, but it's not a move that I need to shield. So now I just need to watch out for these Mud Bombs. I forget how I played this out because they go really close to. I think I shield because I know that that's going to register, and if they go back to back, that's fine. Oh, I gotta move anyways. Because if they had back to back and they would have won, again, you're not gonna win TMP against Guzzlord anyway, so then I could have just sparked down. Chestnut, bad lead. Gotta go Goodra. They will just probably superpower and bail. I just have to eat it. Like when you're using a team like this, you a lot of times you just need to eat the move. And there's a dragon, which puts me in a tricky spot again. I'm assuming this one I will do what I just said I should do last time, and that is just sacrifice Lanturn and then just try and go 2 Shield Goodra. Not Goodra, 2 Shield Guzzlord. Because I think that's the only way that you can play this matchup. So maybe I'll showcase this one. Because someone, as I was saying, someone asked me, how do you use shields properly? And there's certain scenarios like this where you should, like you need to almost always rely on your last Pokemon to just sweep. Like when you lose lead, that's the simplest one. When you lose lead and you lose switch, you have to try and just go 2 shield whatever's in the back there. So they're gonna go back to back superpower here. I did grab 1 shield. You will grab both shields from me. That's fine. And what is in the back? It is a Lanturn, which is fantastic. Resisting all the moves. Again, just going for Crunch, hoping that it can. No defense fall, but this is low enough that is now just Dragon Claw range with the Dragon Tails. These Dragon Tails really chip on Guzzlord. So I'll grab a shield here, and then I'm going to instant swap because I'm basically forcing them to throw their energy. And yeah, I was going to say, pretty much not going to throw because I need to come out with a little bit of energy here. My only sort of lose con is they get ahead on Vine Whips and get to a superpower here. So as long as I can just get ahead on energy here, I can take this out. So that's it. That's a team. Again, I did go positive for 5 straight sets, so that's how I would modify it. Those are your sort of weaknesses. Lanturn, again, is a decent option. Just know that there are some core breakers. And yeah, that's it. So we'll do a few more of these teams this week, and then we'll go into next week. New season. So what do we do with the new season? So, again, I'll wait till the graphics to do that. As I mentioned yesterday, I don't think there's going to be maybe 2 days ago. I mentioned on Sunday. Yeah. I mentioned it on Sunday. There is not going to be a ton of shakeup this meta. So I'm looking at the rankings. I'm going to go down just to like the, I know Typhlosion is at like 242. So I already kind of went over that. I'm just going to go down the list of the new season. Again, the problem is we don't know what Swift is just speculative. So if they give it like a really boost, maybe Clefable, maybe Wiggly change up a bit. Maybe like they can only go up, I think, because otherwise you're just moving their current moveset. But if I'm looking at the list, there is no new Pokemon. Obviously, Spark, Lanturn, Nerf. Spark is down, so Water Gun, Lanturn is at 32. Otherwise, minor changes, but it's just same thing. Cress, Registeel, Annihilate, Carbink, Skarmory, Gligar, Mandibuzz, Quagsire, Lickitung, Feraligatr, Azumarill, Swampert, Bastion. It's the same meta. It is the exact same meta. So Lanturn, Water Gun is the biggest change I see here. Trevenant gets a little buff with Seed Bomb. It's half because Grass is a terrible typing. Go-Goat is number at 38. Vine Whip, Leaf Blade, and Brick Break. Stat product on this thing, 119 attack, 94 defense, which is very low, but 165 stamina, which is pretty decent. 1867, that's kind of low. So stat product is already just, so typing, Grass, terrible, right? Flying, Ice, Poison, and just a bad typing overall. Stat product, meh. Moveset, Fast Energy on Vine Whip. Leaf Blade is a 2.4 damage per energy for a 35 energy move. Brick Break's not a good move, but it does lower your opponent's defense. And it has potential. Why is it ranked so high? Is it just because there's so many waters in this meta? Has a 19 and 22 record. Not surprising, gets killed by flyers and gets killed by other grass. Dragons, ice, all the stuff. But yeah, it's just because it kills water. So really hard wins against Whiscash, Swampert, Azumarill, Feraligatr, Lanturn, Poliwrath, Carbink. Like really good matchups there. So do I even have a Go-Goat? I don't even know what a Go-Goat is. I don't know if I have one. And then I'm looking for any other Pokemon on this list that has moved up or down. Scrafty is now ranked 60 with Thunder Punch. Again, this is what I'm going to have to see in action. I don't know. I understand Thunder Punch gives you coverage against flyers, but ramping up with having a bait move like Power Punch and ramping up with it to ramp up your counters is way more, in my opinion, is way better than Thunder Punch coverage. But I think that's one that I'm going to have to play to try and feel the difference. And yeah, see, right now Wigglytuff is ranked 74 with Icy Wind and Disarming Voice, so it doesn't even have Swift in there yet. And again, that's just because they have not updated the. We don't know yet. Oh yeah, and the Cetodile or Ceto. Someone made fun of me in the comments for not knowing how to say it. Cetodile. Is that an I or? Okay, so that's an L. Someone's gonna have to correct me again. If you made this longer, one of like the 16 who are left here. Cetodile or Setodile. I don't know how to say that, but that is rank 82, and that's the XL version. And then the non-XL C Titan, 99. But there we go. Top 100. 2 new Pokemon. 2 Pokemon with like different moves, slight up and down for other Pokemon, and that's it. That's the Great League. Not much has changed, and even less in the Ultra League, it looks like. Yeah, this is the same top 20. This is almost the exact same top 20 in the Ultra League. Where am I going to see my first one here? Scrafty is at 53, which is kind of similar to where it was, right? So that's the thing. We're not going to see, like I said, I'll cover it when the actual like leagues come out. We're not going to see new leagues. We're not going to see anything new. And the meta is essentially the same. And we're in the summer months. So again, I will maybe try and reach out to content creators and get something going. Because otherwise it's going to be a pretty repeat time. And it's just, the thing is, like, Pokemon Go is so exciting in the summer because you got these big community day, you got these big global Go Fest. I will try and film when I'm in New York. Looks like I'm narrowing down stuff there. I want to start just like start reaching out to people who like donated to my GoFundMe and be like, hey, like, thanks for the donation. You guys want to meet up? So yeah, that's all allowing me to do this. I just looked at my passport. I need to go get my passport renewed like ASAP. So I got to do that like tomorrow, like today when you're watching this. I'm probably filling out forms right now. Anyways, that's a lot of random all stuff at the back end here. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.